Hello and welcome back to the channel, Cali Legends Media. As always, before I begin, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers, all of you who watch the videos and hit those like and hype buttons, man. It really helps the channel out a lot, and it's a good, inexpensive way to show your support for the channel. Thank you very much. Also, thank you for the prayers for my grandson, Levi. I really appreciate it with all my heart. Thank you very much. Before I begin, we're still trying to hit that goal of 10,000 subscribers. So if you've been thinking about subscribing or you want to try the subscription out for a while, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button down below. When the bell pops up, you hit that bell and set it on all. That's the notification bell. And you'll be notified whenever we drop a video or whenever we go live. Okay. Excuse me. So today I drove through a neighborhood to go eat with my wife, and it brought, like, you know how you get these flashbacks, you know, by certain areas. You see something specific, reminds you of a time, or you smell something, reminds you of a time. Well, we drove through these streets that that I had some experience with in Lote Maravilla. Okay, Lote Maravilla is on the other side of the freeway, of the 60 freeway, from where our neighborhood's at. Okay, and let me tell you what happened. Okay, so I'm driving down 3rd Street where King Taco is. King Taco's on 4th and 3rd, where the Long Beach Freeway and the Pomona Freeway cross. Okay, so me and a camarada of mine, he's not from my neighborhood, he's just a friend of mine. He was on leave from the Marines, and we're gonna go get something to eat. And we're sitting there at the stop, and a car slams into me in the back, right? Hits me in the back. So I get off the car and I'm like, "Hey man, what's up, man? You can't see, we're stopped." And the dude stuck the finger at me, threw up the sign for Lote Maravilla, and started backing the car up. He starts busting a U-turn, so I jump in my car, bust a U-turn, the same like him, and we go after him, right? So there's a street in my neighborhood that literally runs right into the 60, okay? The street ends where the 60 freeway's at. It has big walls, ivy going down, and a fence. Well, there's a bridge right there next to Windy Hill. I did a little video on Windy Hill, right there where the homies hang out, have bonfires, fights, and everything. I told the story, right? Well, right where that lot was is a bridge that you walk over the freeway to get to the other side, right? These dudes went and parked right there in the middle of the street, jumped out of the car, and boned out over the bridge. So there goes me and my camarada Mitch, man. We're going after him, right? We chase them all the way to the other side of the bridge, and then they take off into the neighborhood, into Lote, right? So we're still after them. We go in about 3 blocks, we make a left, and they're standing there. They're just standing there posted with about 7 other guys that weren't involved with them hitting my car, right? And we ran right into him, and I'm so pumped up. I asked him, I go, "Hey man, did 2 guys come running through here?" And one of the guys answered, hey, homie, what are you doing running around chasing people in my neighborhood? And it you know, I woke up from the chase. I'm like, oh shit. And I recognized one of the guys. Okay, I'm not going to mention his name, but we had a lot of encounters throughout our lives, both good and bad. After the peace treaty, when all the Maravillas had that peace accord, we stood friends, him and I. We're on good terms even today, okay? But not back then. Back then was way before the peace treaty. Run out into this little crowd of vatos, and they're telling me, like, you know, "What's up, man?" They're yelling out their barrio and stuff. And I tell this dude, Mitch, hey, Mitch, don't run or nothing. Just start walking backwards, and I'll tell you when, then turn around and we're going to walk out of here as long as we could. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we did. We're walking backward and like, hey, Spencer, dude ran into my car, so I was trying to catch him. Um, Through the argument, we got enough distance where I told him, come on, and we turned around and started walking out of their neighborhood. Right, we're trying to get back to that bridge because on the other side of the bridge is where my car's at. I left my car there, parked behind their car. Their car was empty with both doors open. They just opened the doors, hopped out of the car, and boned out over the bridge, right? So there we go, man. We're walking, right? And I tell Mitch, hey, man, we're lucky they didn't jump all over us or try to quitar us or something, because that's our enemies from Lotte. Well, right when I say that, there they come, turning around the corner in a car. All those guys, somehow, it looked like they all jumped in the car. The front seat was packed. The back seat was packed. So I'm thinking they're coming to pack us out, because if they were coming just to lay us out, it would have just probably been whoever was going to do the deed and the driver, or maybe just one person driving and doing his thing, right? But this was a carload, so I'm figuring, they probably have bats or whatever. They're gonna give us a beating, right? So I look back, I see him coming up the block, and then I look forward, and I tell Mitch, "Hey, Mitch, get ready to run, man, because they're gonna catch up to us. They're gonna give it to us, man." But when I turned around, there's a sheriff going real slow, and he crosses the cross street where we're headed. We're trying to hit that cross street so we could cross the street and get to the bridge and then go over the bridge back to my car, right? Well, they kept going, and I'm like, man, I hope these guys seen them, and I hope that makes them like pump the brakes, right? Charlie, they're still coming. They're still coming. They're throwing signs out the window. They're like waving me, hey, come here, come here. So I tell Mitch, hey, Mitch, we're going to have to bone out, man. When I say go, man, let's both of us take off full speed, man. I won't leave you here, and don't leave me here. If you fall, pick you up. Just help each other get over to the bridge, get over to my car. If we have to fight, we stop and we fight. He goes, yeah, all right, cool. So, man, it was like exact same timing. I was about to say, let's go, when here comes that same Ura coming back, and he turns down my block where we're walking, right? And he drives past us, and he's looking at us, right? He sees the carload of guys, and he lights them up, and he blocks the front of their car. Gets off the car and starts telling them to, put their hands out the window and all of that stuff, right? So what ends up happening is me and Mitch, we keep walking, right? We get over the bridge to our cars. Well, when we get over the bridge, our cars are surrounded by sheriff cars. You know what I'm saying? So, we figure, they're going to get us for something, right? So we go over, and I didn't want them to tow the car. We could have pretended like it wasn't my car. But nah, man, I didn't want them to take my car. So I go, hey, what's going on? And he goes, well, I don't know. You tell me. Why'd you leave your car here? And I told him, we were just fooling around with these dudes, man. And that's why we left it here. It's a dead end, there's no cars coming in. No, you can't leave your car here in the middle of the street, I go, it was only for like a few, like not even 2 minutes. He goes, nah, we've been here longer than that. They're catching me on lie after lie. Anyways, long story short, they kept us there a while. They ran makes on us. They ran makes on the cars. They did their job with what they do all the time. The gang unit was there and everything. They ended up telling us, hey, go ahead, man, get out of here, kick rocks. I don't know what happened to them vatos. I don't know if they busted them for anything. I don't know if they had straps in the car or something in the car. But all I know is I was back in my car and I was going home. You know what I mean? Uh, the car didn't get really damaged or anything. You know, you had to really look close to see the little ding that it left. You know. So all this being said, you know, we weren't doing anything. We were just going and getting to go get something to eat when this situation arose, right? And we did what came natural to us. You know, we got off and, hey man, what's up? They threw gang signs, did a U-turn, took off, so we took off after them. It wasn't natural to us to call the cops. It wasn't natural for us to make a report and all. We were gonna catch them ourselves and do what we can do to get compensated, right? And but it just, if you listen to that story, all the things that could have went wrong along the way, you know, when we ran into these dudes, man, they could have just opened up and let off on us, you know. Well, I did learn some lessons, you know, that day. I really did. And Mitch probably did too. Mitch was going through some things, right? He was in the Marines and he was going through some changes in his life. And we were pretty close, you know. I was going to baptize his daughter and his only daughter. And, you know, we grew up together for many years. And one day he ended up taking his own life by putting one topside, you know, right through and through. Made a mess all over the bedroom walls and stuff. So rest in peace, Mitch, man. And he was a good dude. He was a good Marine in good standings with the Marines. And you know, people go through things in their lives. I had no idea what he was going through. I didn't know he was going through anything at all. Next thing I heard, he did that, you know. Whether he was high or sober, I don't know. I don't know what the circumstances were, but rest in peace, Mitch, man. He was a good dude. And he was down, you know. He didn't have to go with me and chase these guys down and be willing to get down with whatever came our way, you know, and stand there by my side and handle this business, you know. But I still go back to the better choices I could have made, you know, in that circumstance. You know, you guys heard the story. I'm sure you guys could imagine. I'm sure a lot of you have been through similar situations. And the reason why I say that is because we talk. You know, we a lot of my subscribers, we've had time and gotten to know each other's backgrounds a little bit. So I know these words just weren't wasted on just telling a story of chasing people and being chased and coming close to death and this, that, and the other, you know. That's like normal program when you live in a street life. It's something I wouldn't recommend for anybody, you know. If you're doing your thing, all I can say is be careful and stay safe, man, and do your best to remain free and enjoy your life the best you can. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, consider them when you're making your decisions. So that way it may have you make a more sensible decision and come to a more sensible conclusion when you're thinking, man, I'm going to lose my job. How's she going to pay the rent? If you have kids, she's going to be taking care of those kids by herself. Depending on serious the actions that you take, you could spend the rest of your life locked away. And then not only all this that you would put upon your family, but you got to deal with all the stuff that's going on in prison. And prison can be tricky sometimes, you know. So that being said, people, God bless you. God bless your family. Stay free. And thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. God bless.